On September 13, 2025, a powerful earthquake measuring 7.4 on the Richter scale struck the Kamchatka Peninsula in eastern Russia on Sunday. The quake, which struck at a shallow depth of 39.5 kilometers, was so powerful that it shook buildings and terrified residents. According to the United States Geological Survey, USGS, watch this video to learn more about the earthquake, aftershocks, and possible tsunami threats. The main cause of the earthquake was a reverse fault. According to the USGS, a huge block of land was pushed onto another block. The dimensions of the block are estimated to be about 70 kilometers long and 35 kilometers wide. Experts have warned that the Kamchatka Peninsula is one of the most active geological regions in the world. In this area, the Pacific Plate is constantly sinking under the North American Plate at a rate of about 8 centimeters per year. This process creates enormous pressure, and when the energy is suddenly released, a devastating earthquake occurs. Just minutes after the quake, the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center issued an emergency warning. The warning warned of a devastating 8.8 magnitude earthquake that could have sent waves up to 5 meters across the Pacific Ocean. It also warned that waves up to 2 meters could reach the coast in less than an hour, and people fled to higher ground in panic. But the warning was lifted a few hours later. No tsunami was generated and no new damage was reported, although sea levels fluctuated. Still, the unease lingered, and scientists are calling the quake part of a larger aftershock. In the regional capital, Petropavlovsk, a woman told local television, "The walls were shaking violently. The windows were breaking. I just had time to grab my son and get him out." However, there were no reports of casualties or serious damage. But many people were kept awake at night in fear, their ears still ringing from the repeated rumblings. This is not the first time that people in the region have faced such events. Even more painfully, last year alone, hundreds of fishermen drowned when waves hit the coast, and homes and ports were destroyed. Although the tsunami threat was canceled this time, fear remained among the people. The limited casualties in Kamchatka are due to the sparse population in the region. However, the rugged terrain and harsh climate have made rescue operations difficult. Experts warn that if a large tsunami were to occur, it would lead to widespread isolation and chaos. They stress the need for emergency preparedness. This issue should be taken seriously not only in Russia, but also throughout the Pacific region, as such events could trigger a chain reaction in Alaska, Japan, and even the west coast of the United States. The occurrence of an 8.8 magnitude earthquake is an extremely rare phenomenon, following the 2011 Japanese tsunami that killed and injured more than 15,000 people. This has caused global concern, as Kamchatka has been shaken by such a powerful earthquake for the first time in less than a decade. Scientists warn that this earthquake is not the end of the danger, as aftershocks can continue for weeks and even months. Each of these aftershocks can have unpredictable consequences. In Japan, there are organizations that manage such situations with care and severity. But even if a tsunami does not occur, this possibility is enough to put millions of people from Asia to the Americas at risk, a matter that has governments deeply concerned. In Japan, there are organizations that manage such situations with care and severity. But even if a tsunami does not occur, this possibility is enough to put millions of people from Asia to the Americas at risk, a matter that has governments deeply concerned. For the people of Kamchatka, these tremors are not just a warning, but a reminder of the ruthless power of nature. Any aftershock or even a small wave can be the beginning of a major disaster. In 2025, A series of earthquakes made Kamchatka the epicenter of the world's earthquakes, and the consequences were not limited to Russia. Experts say, be prepared, because preparation is the only way to deal with the unpredictable power of the Earth. From far-flung Asia to the shores of the Americas, the world is vulnerable to geological threats and must take serious measures. Perhaps most importantly, nature is always lurking and we must be prepared, because at any moment, any wave can turn into a shocking scene. Stay safe and thank you for your support.